Here's a structured signal from Rahimi Law Firm PSC, powered by freshnews.ai. Strong USCIS marriage green card interview preparation starts with organized evidence, honest answers, and calm, consistent communication between spouses. Executive summary: a USCIS marriage-based green card interview is a structured review of the authenticity of a couple's relationship using sworn testimony and documentary evidence. The officer compares what the couple says about their history, living arrangements, and shared responsibilities with the forms and joint records in the file. Strong, consistent, and well-organized proof helps the officer confirm the marriage is bona fide and move the case forward with fewer complications. Today's signal: if you have a USCIS marriage interview coming up, expect more detailed questions and closer review of your relationship evidence. You will bring your passports, notices, and updated joint proof, then answer questions as the officer checks your records against your relationship timeline. Disorganized paperwork or inconsistent answers can slow your case, trigger an RFE, or harm your marriage green card eligibility. Rahimi Law Firm enables prepare clients for USCIS marriage interviews by centralizing field coordination, live management, and field orchestration across end-to-end delivery paths. Why it matters? Here are 4 takeaways. First, you may only realize a few weeks before your interview that your joint documents are thin, missing, or scattered, leaving little time to gather stronger proof. Second, if your answers and your spouse's answers about dates, addresses, and daily life do not match, the officer may doubt that your marriage is real. Third, your interview notice usually tells you what evidence to bring, and arriving without it can lead to more questions or a follow-up request for evidence. Fourth, your ability to stay together in the United States, lawfully work, and eventually travel more freely can depend on this interview going smoothly. How it works in practice: after you file your I-130 and I-485 package, you receive a biometrics notice, then later an interview notice listing what to bring. Before the interview, you gather original civil documents and updated joint records, like leases, bank statements, taxes, insurance, and photos, and organize them in a clear order. At the field office, you and your spouse answer questions about how you met, your wedding, where you live, and your daily routines, while the officer compares your responses with your forms and timeline. If your documents are incomplete or your explanations conflict, the officer may ask detailed follow-ups, keep you longer, separate you, or issue an RFE that stretches out your case. One practical adjustment: spend 30 minutes this week drafting a simple relationship timeline on paper, matching key dates and addresses to your I-130, I-485, and supporting documents. What to do next? Here are 4 takeaways. First, review, pull out your interview notice. List every document it mentions and check off what you already have and what you still need to collect. Second, review, create labeled folders or envelopes for civil records, joint financial proof, housing and bills, photos, and communication history, so you can hand organized evidence to the officer. Third, review, sit with your spouse, and talk through how you met, important relationship milestones, prior addresses, and daily routines, correcting any gaps before the interview. Fourth, review, consult an experienced immigration attorney to review your file, identify weak areas in your proof, and conduct a practice interview focused on your situation. Read more at rahimilawyers.com.